my god, RC heads. Look at RC corner. Oh my god. Oh my god. Ah. We've got poor Buzz is just shoved down there. Buzz. No. Yeah, we're having fun here. I've got a snap to drill bit, so I've got a LOSI 8 here. It's quite a nice buggy. I'll flip it round in a second. Them three came loose. Engine bolts. That one won't come out, and I've got a snap to drill bit in it. So I am now. I can't find my tripod anywhere, and even if I had it on this bench and I was doing this, it'd just vibrate the. Here I am, trying to drill down. This little Bosch drill is not really doing the job. I think I'm gonna have to go and get me big hammer drill. These cordless, not really doing it. Yeah. I'm going to try and get that out RC heads. But anyway, let me flip this round. Ta-da! LOSI 8. Well, what can I say? Got a chassis in that. Serious. The shock towers. These LOSIs ain't no toy. serious bit of kit. This is the first one I've ever owned, but I just know from so Kyoshios, Habayo, these LOSIs. Most your race buggies, to be fair, are fairly strong. Even like the HSP jobbies and things like that. I've got a HPI trophy, which I did a video on the other day, and again, it's brilliant. Just these race buggies just seem to be like the stronger RCs, to be fair, don't they? They really come out of the way, drill. You're in my way. I can't get in and show the RC heads. Just drill. I'm not set up here at all, but yeah, it needs a body shell. I have got a clear body shell for it. I'm going to be painting that in this video, and we've got a seized engine, so we've got the LRP water engine, and it's the 0.32 spec 4.1X, as you can see, and I'm replacing it for a lesser engine actually, but we've got a brand new LRP here. This one's seized up, so what I think is if I can get the engine out, I can probably unseize this engine with a little bit, get a bit of warmth on it, and then we'll loosen that one off. So we might get a spare engine out of this, but I'm going to put this brand new one in it. So we're going to be running this car in, and we're doing like a bit of a tune and stuff at the end. I'm going to time lapse all like these drilling outs and undoing and everything, like otherwise the video is going to be dead long, so I'll time lapse all them sort of bits, put a few clips in and that, and then we'll get it running in, and yeah, hopefully we can get a little razz out of it. It's in it. Oh, lossy. Right, let's get this job done. Right, forget the time lapse RCS. I've had a good old drilling session on this, and it just ain't. That must be a hardened drill bit in there. It ain't budging. I've now resorted to a little chisel. It's a cold steel chisel, and I can't find a hammer anywhere, RC head, so I'm using my ring sizer thingy. What do they call them again? Mandrill. I used to make jewellery and stuff. I used to do like crafting and stuff like that. Bit of mudlarking and stuff, but we used to make things out of what we found. Anyway, I might go back to that. I might do a bit of that on this channel one day, maybe, if we get a bit bored of the RCs. I might add some metal detecting and stuff. But anyway, right. So what I'm doing here is an old trick where you tap down here, and we're going to try and you sort of tap in anti-clockwise and try and rotate this thing out. We really do with some heat on it, really, but this is a bit of an old school method. But you've got to be careful because we don't want to hit that chassis, of course. But hopefully, I've done this before on an old motorbike when I had problems, and I did manage to get them out, but I don't think this is going to work on this car. Is it moving? It might have moved a little bit, RC heads. We're just tapping. I think it is moving now. So you're just tapping round until. So I didn't want to time lapse this bit because I have hit the chassis a bit there, but well, I can't really see with my hand there in the way. But it's just is it loosening? Right. So tap away like so, and then if we can get a bit in there of any sort of such, we got anything? We're in a right mess here. This is loosenings now. Right, I need to try and get something tapped into there and then twist that out. Need to whip the clutch and the flywheel off next and have a look at my rusty grips in a minute. They're terrible. I just can't find any tools today. Right, I can't seem to find any info on this at all, or a special tool to undo that. What I think I'm going to do, because this engine is actually knackered, it is, so when you rotate it, it gets down to the bottom, it just seizes up. So because we don't need this engine, I'm going to wedge that in there to try and stop the flywheel. I'm going to put a cloth around that, because it's already scuffed anyway. I did some of it and then it was already like it when I got it. I'm just going to have to grab it with a cloth, some rusty mole grips, and see if it just twists off. So I think it does. Right, I didn't do that bit on camera. I didn't really want it. It's a bit brutal. We have got a couple of little scuffies on there, but do you know what? It's not really any worse than it was when I got it anyway. It did have a couple. So right, looks like we've undone it. And I can't find. I couldn't find. Must be a special tool. I know you can get the locking tools like the 3 pins that come up. Like this one. Anyway, we've got it with the grips. Just a nut out of the way. Flywheel off. Hey, moving forward, RC heads. Just realised I didn't have to take that clutch apart, did I? Oh dear me. I'll rebuild that back up anyway. I'm going to have to, aren't I? Oops. Right, RC heads, we are finally... Right, we've got it all stripped down, haven't we? Yeah, basically, right, so what I'm going to do is, I think what I'm going to do is get it all built back up, otherwise the video is just going to be way too long. I don't want to bore you to death too much. We've got it all apart. There's something wrong here. This is, I think the teeth are gone off that. I might have to swap servos, so we've got that to do. Obviously we're going to have to run it in. I'm going to get all the engine, everything built up, clutch built back up, everything. And then, yeah, we'll skip to the running in process. Do not try this at home. I have to be honest with you. I did the same trick, but I wedged a piece of wood, an old crafting tool, just in the exhaust port, just to hold the piston, and then I managed to just use a socket drive. What size is that? 10mm to get on the end of that flywheel nut, and then just nip that up. Clutch and everything's on. Just got to get the engine mounts off this one onto that one, and then we can get it back in the buggy and start get it all set up, battery in it, and start running it in. Right, be careful because it gets really, really hot. It's sort of made to sort of like hold, like, well, disperse of heat, so it kind of takes on heat quite well. So you might need a little rag or something just to hold on to, and then try and tame the beast. And we should be able to just get a... See, it's got like a tight spot there, top dead centre, because it's a new engine, so you generally... There you go. So we'll just try and give it half a chance before we put fuel in it and get it actually running. Give it a few pulls over. Just try and loosen it off, and it's loosened off a little tiny bit. It'll never be perfect till we get it properly running. Next thing, I want a glow plug. Glow plug in there, get it back in the buggy, and then get it running. Ha-ha! That was a bit ha-ha, you wanna? Ha-ha! Anyway, yeah, we've got a problem because I'm on a pulley now. That old one was on a table starter. That's another thing I wanted to do away with. Because of that bracing down there, this will not go in and mesh. One can only think, just remove this plastic brace and totally get rid of it, because we've got a nice strong chassis anyway. The old engine was on a a table start, a bump start, so now I've got a pulley. I wanted that anyway. Old engine is definitely knackered. Those who's wondering how I got that flywheel back on, I did find a socket in the end to fit on it, so we've got that nipped down nicely. We need to get it running, and also got the body shell as well I need to do. I don't think I'm going to get out and about with it in this video now. It will just be me just tinkering about with it, getting it together, and then the running in process, and then I'll do a video a bit later on when with it out and about. Right, RC heads, we are definitely going to get this running the next clip, I promise. I've had a few problems with the Spectrum controller, just getting it how to reverse the throttle and the steering. I couldn't work it out, but I've managed to do it. It's actually a really good controller, this, so I've got to get used to the DX3C. It's quite nice. But yes, we have now got throttle, engine is in. I'm going to leave it rich for the running in. Everything got a new servo horn, everything on there. The battery wire, the battery switch wire thingy. I poked it through the wrong way through the tray, and then got a bit sort of mad with it because it wouldn't come out, and I ended up pulling the end off. So I've had to get a brand new switch. I've wired all that in now, so I'm just going to, I've undone this tray here now. I'm just going to get underneath, get that fed through, feed it through. Getting muddled up with my worms here. And yeah, that's all in anyway, we're all good. While it's running in, we'll get some spray and get the body shell, and we'll get all that nice and bright yellow and some stickers on it, and that'll be the end of the video. Yes, RC heads. That's it, it's together. So, what was the story behind this buggy? Basically, I got it off eBay about 8 months ago. When I first got it, it was a table starter, as you saw. I got it on the table and it wouldn't bump off, and I thought there's something not quite right here. And of course, when I tried to move it, it was well seized up. That other engine, I did have a look at the listing last night, and I thought it was a brand new engine that it had in it, and they're quite expensive as well, but it just would not turn over. It just was not happy. I don't know what's gone on, whether it's just from storage or something. They do have a tight spot on them, like this one has, at top dead center. It's got a bit of a tight spot, but then it will still, you know, fully rotate. So that other engine, unfortunately, I was going to hopefully save it, but I can't. Got a couple of paints here, a bit of a yellow and a blue. I'm going to try and do something with a shell. My cutting job is terrible. I'll give myself about a 3 out of 10, I think. Got some stickers on the wing now, battery and sticks. We're on a rich setting here on this high end, flush on the low end. Set the carb gap to about 1 millimetre. Got some nitro in there. Is there anything else to mention? The engine, I had to do the joys of the hobby, innit? This is what it's all about. I had to slightly raise the engine, because with it being a table starter one before, like now with a pulley, the casing was like slightly prod. It wouldn't sit on the chassis flush, so I had to slightly raise the engine, but that's part of the hobby, innit? This is what we do. Is there anything else to mention now? I don't think so. Yeah, I don't know. Right, let's get it all turned on and get this thing running. This is always like the scary part, isn't it? I've actually quite enjoyed doing this, to be honest. There's a couple of awkward, tricky bits, like with the clutch and that, but it's been fun. Let's get the air dry on it, warm it up a bit, and then you know, crank it. We'll get it fired up. Right, just gonna loosen the glow plug a little bit. And that loose a bit. and release some of that pinch. Prime it up if we can. See what I mean about that pinch spot? Oh, I even got my thumb over the exhaust, I see it. The problem with these lines, you can't see if the fuel's going through, and they do look good though. Right, let's think, let's see, we've got some fuel in there. Right, make sure that your throttle's closed. Well, let's start. Let's make sure it's primed. I don't know. Let me just have a little fiddle a minute. Alright, let's just wind this. Might be too rich on this high end. Let's just flush. You can do that flush. Just flushed off the high end a little bit in case it's flooding out. Yeah, it is. It's flooding out. It's spitting fuel on me. Right, just have a little fiddle about it and try and get it going. I kind of like missed that bit. We had smoke from the receiver box. I had to unplug it. It's a bit warm, that. Might have to come back at another time with this one and get it going, unfortunately. Could get it going with no radio gear, as long as that throttle's closed. Let's just try one more time. Right, it did just attempt to fire. I'm not filming on this because it's just getting a bit, I've wound in, it's just, I think it's just loading up loads of fuel. I'm just going to take out the glowy again to get some of this fuel out. But it did fire up and then stalled again. I've just done the idle gap a little bit more. I've got no battery on, so I just want to get it running, don't we? I begin to panic a little bit then, so it was way too rich. Just leaned it up a little bit on the high end, got it ticking over now. I'm going to do one tank on idle, and then I'm going to have to take it out and alter the revs a little bit through the second tank, third tank, and then the fourth tank. I'll get out and about, so I'll save that for the next video. I'm just going to paint the shell up and that, and then we'll finalise all this. For the body shell, I'm just going to go random with these colours. Go in with very, very light coats, and then before you do it, you're meant to just get some like wet and dry and like key it first. I ain't bothered. I've just used some dish soap and just washed it all off to get rid of any, like, you know, greasy fingerprints or like that. So yeah, very light coats and build it up, maybe 4 layers, and then normally need a backing like silver, black or white. But anyway, yeah, we'll wait. I'm probably going to use a silver. We'll get in with these two, and then I'm going to show you the finished product. RC-heads, we have completed our mission. I have got a sticker kit somewhere for this, but I can't find it. I found the ones for the wing, but you know what, it's been fun doing this. It needs a couple of tweaks, so just, I think like one, steering servo or throttle servo was shorted out, so I have to put a new one in. Paint job, just went in with the blue in the corners, bright fluorescent yellow down, and then the backing is a pale white. The engine itself, it's just sat on some like sort of like little steel spacers. I could do with getting some proper razors. It needs raising about, literally about 2 mil. It's nothing that I can do that in the future. I get the servo sorted. I need to get it out, get it running properly. Just need to alter the revs and everything, and then I can do a video on it. So next time you see it, should have some more stickers on it, and Yeah, let me know what you think in the comments. But LOSI, eh? Cool out. The body shells, the shape, they're nice. Right, that's it. I was going to do like all the building as well of it, but the video is just going to end up way too long, I think. So, but anyway, it's done now, isn't it? So, hope you enjoyed. See you soon.